Comparing myself to others, wishing I had what they have, not knowing I have everything I've ever wanted. I don't need the world to make me happy the way you do. I don't need nice things to keep me going when I have you. It's crazy how I'm joyful all the time. You bless me, give me this life, so I will thank you every second that I'm living. I couldn't have asked for a better king. I don't need the world to make me happy the way you do. I don't need nice things to keep me going when I have you.
Well, I got this wheel well framed in. None of it's screwed down, but I'm just kind of checking it out, making sure things work. So there'll be a wall right here, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to hang a TV on the wall or something, but I might not be able to with all this bed going crazy right here. So I got it framed in. It's got to come out enough so my fridge can fall in line right around here. Then I'll have a closet right around in here. I'm just thinking I'm gonna put a TV on this wall. May want to shorten it a little bit. So what I try to do when I'm working with this stuff is figure out what's going on. The other thing I can do is, because this will be framed in, I can mount the TV. I can always cut a hole and mount the TV up here if I have to. But it's going to be a small TV, and I can always figure that out later. But I think for now what I'm going to try to do is frame this sucker out, and it's looking pretty good. I haven't screwed anything down. This thing's just leaning up in the ceiling, nothing screwed down. And I've got it mocked up. I've got space so I can get a plug into these outlets. The fridge is going to be plugged into one, and then one of these outlets I'm going to put an extension cord up here for the kitchen area. Then I got another outlet down here which I can still get to. And I'll mount something on the wall to charge phones and whatnot. This is the first part of actual framing, and then I'll start over here framing this other wheel well out. This one's going to have a wall right here on this seam, and then I'm going to frame out an area for a toilet where I can sit, take a crap, but it'll have a platform. And then I'm going to have to make a custom shower pan right here for an indoor shower. I'll also have an outdoor shower. I'll run a pipe under here. Now I'll have a little spigot on the back here. I have a little spigot that comes out down here with a water hose. I can just hang it on my ladder and sit out here and take a shower. My AC unit is going to be back here. It's a mini split, so a lot of the wiring is going to come up that hole, up through here, and I'll mount it right here, right there. But the main thing is starting to see how the space is going to get occupied. All right. I got a refrigerator in here. I had to make a little hole for the plug. I got a screw right there holding it down in the back. And then I have a wedge up here. And this thing is solid. It is not going to go anywhere. So got the fridge in. Might make some little drawers to go under there. This will be my closet. And we got the bed. So things are coming along. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna use to cover this. I'll probably use some of that cardboard stuff on this side because it's got to be real thin. And then on the inside I'll use a nice piece of plywood so I can mount a TV to that. And anyway, you can see I have a fridge in here. I have a fridge. Alright, I got this painted and cut. This will be the inside panel, one of them, for the kitchen. And I thought I'd just paint it with this white for now. I might put some tile on top of it or whatever later on. But the hardest part was taking it in and out and getting these edges right, or as right as I could get them. And that took a long time. I didn't want to bore you guys with that. But what I did was I cut some cardboard and got the general idea, then I took it in and out a bunch of times and trimmed it little by little till I got it pretty close. It's 115 proof. You might have some room to go there.
You want to taste it?
No, not in there. No,
Not in there?
no. I'll taste yours. So how long did you ferment the apples?
About 2 weeks. 14 days.
What'd you make, how'd you do it?
Just run them through a juicer and put the juice in there and add a little sugar to it and put some yeast in it and let it go.
For 2 weeks, and then you just distill it.
Yeah.
Call from +1408441.
I mean,
How many gallons of moonshine can you make with the amount of apples that are around here?
thousands of gallons. If you had the time.
And all you gotta do is get a bucket and let them
All you
mash
gotta do
up.
is get a bigger still.
Yeah, bigger, yeah.
But there's so many apples going to waste around here. It's
How many
crazy.
gallons of apples did it take to make this amount of moonshine?
How many gallons of apples?
Or what what was the
Probably took about a bushel.
a bushel of apples
Yeah.
for a half a gallon of moonshine?
Yeah, that's about right.
All right. The weather's coming in. We got moonshine. Keep us warm.
Cough medicine. I'm making cough medicine, Jesse, in case anybody has a question about it.
It's low dose,
Cough medicine.
and you can put the neat thing about this is that with this type of material, you can make cayenne tincture. You can make all kinds of cough medicine.
Oh, yeah.
Because the alcohol is so potent, you can mix all kinds of herbs with it
Oh,
to
yeah.
help your body, and you don't take it like a shot. Like if you're at a bar, you take it like as a tincture under your tongue, and then it makes you feel good, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Comparing myself to others, wishing I had what they have, not knowing I have everything I've ever wanted. I don't need a world to make me happy. The way
Got a little paneling up for the kitchen. Fridge is in here. We got some space for a closet. Had to build a little box for the TV because it was not gonna fit. And this is, I'll probably figure something else better for that, but anyway, TV's sitting over here. I can barely get to my latch for the bed. That's all right. So now I'm making a little room here so I can put some plywood and frame in an area for the AC unit. And I got a little mini split. And I guess it's the cheapest one you can get. It was like $500. The other parts in the greenhouse right now. So that's my next project, is to get the mini split mounted and installed. Then I'll move over and work on installing the toilet, the composting toilet area. Once I get that done, then I'll probably make the sink and countertop for the gas range. Gas range is going to be on this side, and then the sink is going to be on this side. I'm doing that because if I ever want to put a real toilet in, all the plumbing will be on this side, because the shower is going to be over here. I haven't figured out the shower yet. Obviously have an outdoor shower as well, but one thing at a time. So making progress. Next thing is mount the AC. These are the lines for my mini split. I don't know if you can see that under there, but there was already a hole there. So the mini split will sit and screw down to the deck, the outside part of it. And I was able to at least get the lines run and everything pretty close to installation. This was pretty tricky, trying to get this stuff done. Took a lot of work. Had to move the outlet over here. So all these lines will get connected to these, and I'm just gonna have a guy come out and help me do it right. There's runs down there, down to the hole, and I'll seal that up when everything's done. Then I'll panel this in. I'll make a little mini headboard here with a shelf. I got the cheapest mini split money can buy, and I'm hoping it gives me a little comfort. I misjudged how wide the AC unit was and how my bed needed to use some space to get down, so I'm gonna have to rethink things and move the AC over to this corner. Now I'm a little upset, but it's okay. I've made some cool little woodworking to cover this area. I was originally going to try to make this a little cabinet in here, and looks like it's going to take up a lot of the space. The AC unit is going to hit right there on those lines. And I still might be able to put a little shelf or something here, but anyway, I got this covered, and the AC is just going to be a little further over. It's just got to be that way so the bed can come down. It's just one thing I didn't think about, which is what happens when you build buses and try to do construction when you're not a construction worker and you don't know what you're doing. It's just what happens. So, but anyway, I'm getting it done. All right. And there it is. Just a little over from where it was. But at least now, when the bed comes down, it has clearance. And like I said before, that's just things you don't take into consideration sometimes. Man, that's a lot of work. My tongue and groove was going groovy up until I got to here, and it didn't match. But it actually worked out because this was a little off here, and so that space kind of worked in my favor. I might put a little piece of wood up in there, or I might just leave it. I don't know. I'm a nitpicky kind of guy. But I cut that off and made a really cool piece of wood to cover that area. And then all these, well, all this is really cool pieces of wood. But, I mean, it really kind of came together pretty good. And I'm happy with it. This will be, I'll put something along down through here, and eventually things will be good. I'm hoping that this part, I'm hoping I can make some kind of little cabinet right there, and I could, you know, pull the drawers out and maybe put some clothes in there or whatever. I could still build a little shelf here. Every little bit of space I'm trying to use, but I'm learning that, you know, this is a process of letting go. It's a process of letting go of space and unnecessary you might think you need in life, and trying to live a simplistic life. Now, I do have an AC unit, a nice AC unit. Yes, I do. I do have a TV. I do have a fridge. I'll have a gas range. I'll have a composting toilet. I'll have a sink. Have a nice little countertop here. I'll have a little office right here. So I will have a lot of comforts of a normal home, but at the same time, I'm not going to have a lot of space for a bunch of clothes, and I'm not going to have a whole lot of storage for a normal person, I guess. Maybe I'm normal, maybe I'm not normal, I don't know. But the whole process of building this little bus and this little tiny home is, in my opinion, it's about letting go of things that you don't absolutely need. And I do have a couple of things I think I need, like a refrigerator and a nice queen size bed. I'm gonna put a little shower here, hopefully. But this bus does not have a lot of space on the inside for storage, and that's just something I'm gonna have to come to grips with. But it has a lot of space outside, and I think that's what's pretty cool. About upper deck, some storage in my toolboxes. But the thing about living in a tiny home or a bus is the space that's outside. Look at all that space. And hopefully I'll get to travel and meet some people and play some music. If I can get rid of the space on the inside, I can enjoy the space on the outside. I got the basics of my toilet framed in. I got this Airhead toilet that I'll be putting in. I'll have just enough space to put my feet down so they're not dangling. And now I'm just trying to figure out how to use the scrap pop plywood to frame this in. I'm gonna put my countertops about this high here for my kitchen sink. Had to make a little bit of a fancy cut there, and made a little fancy cut down here, and it's just a matter of trying to utilize this limited space that's in here. We'll see how it works out. I got the basics of my toilet area figured out. And had to make a fancy cut there, a little bit of a fancy cut here, and this will be my Airhead composting toilet, and it'll sit right here, and I'll have just enough room for my feet to sit so they're not dangling. I got Crawford here with Haskell Heating and Air. Gonna help me make sure this is done right. On the day before Thanksgiving too. Thanks a lot for coming out, buddy.
Got it.
Yum on.
Alright, let's go get some tools.
Alright, well, Crawford
he didn't like these aluminum fittings that they gave with the kit. So he went and got some actual copper. And then when we were getting done, we realized that he can't properly suck it out because those fittings were smaller than what he's used to dealing with. Apparently these really cheap mini splits are a little different than what they're used to dealing with, but yeah, he's doing it as a favor to me to help me out, and it's gonna be cool. I'll tell you what, these lines here have a lot better insulation on them, and they're a lot harder to maneuver. So hopefully it'll make the system work good. It's gonna hopefully all work out. My drain line is too short, so I'll have to figure that out. But he just left to go get a different fitting so he can use his equipment and suck this thing out and make it work properly. I can already tell I'm probably going to want to build a little barrier here to keep any road debris from hitting the AC unit. I had to trim a little bit of the bus out to get that bigger hose in there. It's always something when you're building these buses. Tell you what, it's really good to do your research and figure things out before you have to go through what I'm going through. That's it, eh?
Now we're gonna pump it down with this real quick, and then we're getting close. This shouldn't take too long because it's a really short line.
You're treating this like a real deal, man.
I mean, y'all called me.
Hey, Crawford.
Yo.
How does this make you feel? Does it make you feel real good?
Yeah, show them how messy we are. I'm sure they see that.
Yeah, that's all good.
Truck we could get too.
Oh, yeah. Get her done, Crawford. Oh, man, this thing's blowing out some heat right now. What do you think that noise was earlier? But it ain't making the noise now, so we ain't worried about it.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. We found Bigfoot tonight. And that thing does put out a little heat. It ain't much heat, but it's putting out some heat.
I mean, if you close all your windows and stuff.
Yeah. All right, Comfort. Cheapest freaking mini split you can buy. I think this thing costs like right under $500. But yeah, you probably should spend more money if you have it. You should probably get a better one. But it is working. Yee-hoo. Heat. Heat on my dirty hands. Busted up hand. Finger update. Ooh, Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah.